Andy Alfred in the beautiful WFAL studios. It's time as we hit the bottom of the hour for your weather forecast. As right now it is a bone-chilling 18 degrees outside with some light snow falling outside right now, giving it a little bit of a nice dusting out there on the sidewalks and on the grassy knoll as well too. Today 18 feels like 18 outside right now. Feels like 5 degrees. A high today 26 with some more snow. Tonight's low temperature 8 degrees, partly cloudy to say the least, so bundle up if you're going to go out tonight and about on your traveling ways to go out and get your Christmas shopping done as well too. I got to go out and get mine done as well too. So let's get into some more as you're listening to All Andy Alfred right here on falconradio.org, WFAL. If you want to chat with me right now, it's the phone lines are 419-372-9325. That's 419-372-9325. And you also can tweet the show at All Andy Alfred. It is at All Andy Alfred. So the Jackets last night picking up a big victory and getting a bit more better to say the least. And let's start what happened on Friday night for the Jackets. They took on the Minnesota Wild at Nationwide Arena in the heart of the Arena District as they blanked the Minnesota Wild 4-0. Cam Atkinson and Nick Foligno were the goal scorers. Boone Jenner hit this third of the season, and R.J. Umberger in the third period scores for the Jackets as the Jackets get the win, and they shut out the Minnesota Wild. And then the Jackets had a couple days off, and then on Monday, I was battling between watching Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Football, and the Jackets on national television as they took on the Pittsburgh Penguins on NBC Sports Network. Matt Calvert, the lone goal scorer for the Blue Jackets on Monday night, his second of the season. But it was Evgeny Malkin and Sidney Crosby all together were the goal scorers for the Pittsburgh Penguins as the Penguins prevailed in that game 2-1. And it was an interesting game. I love what Pierre Maguire and Doc Emmerich, a former alum of Bowling Green State University, said that this team is the Jacket team has been pushed down so many times, and now they're pushing back, and I like that. I like this team so far and what they've done so far this season. And it'll be very interesting to see how the Jackets will move forward, going forward into 2014 to see how they're going to do. Of course, last night, picking up a big victory over the New Jersey Devils, 5-4. Cam Atkinson with 2 goals in the game, his 8th and 9th of the season. Nick Foligno getting the game winner in the third period with less than a minute to play. He gets his 9th of the season. It was a deflected shot off of Johansson, and Johansson took the shot. Foligno gets the goal though. His 9th of the season as the Jackets prevail 5-4 over the New Jersey Devils, getting the key win there. So now the Jackets get ready to take on this upcoming weekend. They'll take on Thursday a big matchup. It is the Jackets on the road at MSG to take on the New York Rangers. We'll finally get to see Rick Nash on the ice. He is back on the ice after his concussion, quote unquote, sidelined him from his first trip to Nationwide Arena. And then the Jackets will come back home on that following weekend to take on the St. Louis Blues. Other games last night in the NHL. How about, I didn't know if you saw this, but last night between the Florida Panthers and the Detroit Red Wings, in the second period there was a shot that was taken from the point. It broke the glass, and they could not get the cardboard off the glass. They had to replace the old glass and put a new piece on there. They could not get the cardboard off the glass, so they played the game with the cardboard on. How would you like to be sitting in glass-side seats with cardboard in front of you? Unbelievable. That was one of my funniest moments I've seen in hockey. Glass shattering, boards falling down, glass falling out of panes. I've seen it all, but I've never seen a glass breaking and then replacing it with cardboard. You gotta be kidding me. I'd be mad if I was sitting glass side for those seats. Looking at some of the games last night in the NHL, Buffalo was a winner 2-1 over the Ottawa Senators in the shootout. Took 10 rounds. Washington, Ovechkin having a 4-goal game, folks. I hope you had him on your fantasy team last night, because I did. Bump my ranking up. Bump my ranking up, to say the least. And of course, they won 6-5 over the Tampa Bay Lightning. The LA Kings blanking the Montreal Canadiens in the Forum 6-0. If I was a Canadiens fan in the arena, I'd be mad, especially how bad they played. Of course, Nashville was a winner 4-1 over the New York Rangers. Rick Nash having his 6th of the season, the lone goal scorer for the Rangers. I'm so used to saying he's lone goal scorer for the Jackets, but he's now lone goal scorer for the Rangers. Winnipeg was a loser to St. Louis 2-1. Dallas loses to Chicago 6-2. Of course, Calgary, the return of Jerome McGinley, Yuri Hudler, the goal scorer for Calgary, as the Calgary Flames lose to Boston 2-1. Colorado was a loser 3-1 to the Phoenix Coyotes. Also, in a shootout, the Islanders picking up a big victory over the San Jose Sharks 3-2 in that affair as well too. So now looking at the standings overall in the NHL, and here's what the standings look like. Basically, they look like this. Jackets right now are in 7th place in the Metropolitan Division. They have 29 points. They're 13, 15, and 3. And right now, the Jackets are a very good club. Now, Boston leading in the Atlantic Division with 44 points. The Red Wings are in 3rd. They have 38 points. They're 15-9-8 overall. And it's just very interesting to see how this is going to shake up later on down the road, and especially later on down the season. And of course, I'm not going to be on the air with you here on Falcon Radio, but you'll be able to watch the show on ClayFan 2-3 starting next week. And, we'll be talking a lot about the Winter Classic as well, too, coming into Ann Arbor. And it'll be very interesting to say the least. Tonight's games in the NHL, Toronto is taking on the LA Kings. That's a 7:30 start time on NBC Sports Network. It is a rematch of a couple years ago's Stanley Cup final between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Chicago Blackhawks. And Minnesota will take on the Anaheim Ducks in the Honda Center, where TLC will be taking place on Sunday. That's WWE, of course. But I was on Out of Bounds yesterday, and I said it again. I will say it again. And I will continue to say it. Hashtag fire Nick Vitucci. And the Walleye do need a change. They need a change. It started last Thursday as they took on the Evansville Icemen, and they lost 7-3. Outshot by they outshot the Evansville Icemen 27-25, but still lost the game. Evansville put 4 up in the 3rd period alone. Come on, Joe. I'm talking about Joe Napoli, the owner, the manager for the Toledo Walleye and also the Toledo Mudhens. You need to replace Nick Vitucci. I'm sorry. It needs to happen. Saturday, they took on Evansville again, and they lost 6-5. Kept it competitive, forced overtime, and got outshot by the Evansville Icemen by 10, 37-27. They've been competitive in the last few games. Getting the lead in the 2nd period was key for the Walleye, but they gave it up in the 3rd and lose in overtime, to say the least. Now tonight they will take on. If you're not doing anything tonight, if you're not going to go to the men's basketball game, and if you're in the mood to drive a little bit, head up north to Toledo tonight as the Toledo Walleye hockey action are on action tonight as they take on the Cincinnati Cyclones at 7:15. It's a good matchup to go to. It's like $15 to go see them. They're a very good club, to say the least. Looking at some of the standings in the division for the ECHL right now, of course, Toledo at the bottom of the North Division. They're 5-10-3. They only have 13 points. Looking at the conference-wise, it's just a lot more pathetic. Because we are dead last in the conference. We're 5-10-3. And you want to talk about playoff hockey? In Toledo? Come on. Gotta give me a break. Gotta give me a break. It's bothering me as a Walleye fan. It really is. Hey, Bowling Green took on the Chargers of Alabama Huntsville, picking up a big victory on Friday night. You know, beating them 3-0, shutting them out at the BGSU Ice Arena. You know, and ending their 3-game losing streak. You know, that said a lot. But then what happened on Saturday, I was on the intermission report for that. Losing in a heartbreaker with 2.9 seconds left to go in the third period to lose to Alabama Huntsville and giving them their first win in the WCHA. That was a shocker. That was more of a shocker than Michigan State pulling the upset over Ohio State. I didn't expect Alabama Huntsville to win that hockey game. I really didn't. But they're a very good club. They're a very, very good club. And BG now BG won't be back home until January 10th. That's when they return home to take on Alaska Fairbanks. So now they have all these road games coming up, starting this weekend as they go to take on the Michigan Tech Huskies. And you can listen to that game on our sister station 88.1 FM WBGU as they take on, like I said, they take on the Huskies pregame at 7:37, puck drop at 7:07. It'll be just interesting to see how the Falcons will rebound from that. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But when we come back, it is time for what we learned on the program. Also my weekly shout-outs and recommendations, and so much more. So stay with us. You're listening to All Andy Alfred, a production of the Bowling Green Radio Sports Organization right here on falconradio.org. WFAL. Hold on!
Hi, this is Kyle Dudley with the Bowling Green Radio Sports Organization. Join me Sunday nights from 7 to 8 p.m. on Beyond the Arc when I cover the latest in Falcon athletics as well as NBA and collegiate basketball. I'll even shoot a little further from downtown and mix in some talk on the PGA Tour as well. That's Beyond the Arc with Kyle Dudley, Sunday nights from 7 to 8 right here on falconradio.org.
BGRSO.org is your home to keep updated on the Bowling Green Radio Sports Organization. View upcoming games and talk show schedules, staff profiles, and also links to listen to us live. Get a little closer to the team that brings you more games than any other student broadcasting organization in the country at www.bgrso.org.
And the pitch. Dave just pitched a tomato, which won't work. But a healthy vegetable-filled diet could give you energy to hit that grand slam. Run, throw, think, eat better. Can your food do that? Find out at smallstep.gov.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Andy Alfred, the host of All Andy Alfred. Listening to my show, All Andy Alfred, right here on falconradio.org WFAL. Oh, I love you guys.